Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play The Guardian Legend for the NES. This is episode 3, and we are going to pick right back up where we left off here. We're about halfway through the jungle area, so we're going to get into this second portion of it. Got a couple more corridors and bosses to take down. This one, I think this will lead us to a room up here. Let's see. Okay, I don't remember what this room is, I just remember it was here. Ah, here's a hint. Okay, so seal number 4 cannot be removed. Okay, this is the one where we have to ask the round creature, meaning the lander, which is basically just go in and out of his room multiple times, and then eventually, when you're exiting, his dialogue will change, and he will have unlocked it for you. Alright, I think this is... Oh, nope, that's not what I was going to say. I think that's the lander room, but it is not. Just another corridor. Yeah, if you don't take those crustaceans out, they will spawn these annoying red lines that will follow the screen for a while. Lots of things to shoot on this level, as you can see. And these guys are still pretty tough to take out, although now that I'm level 3, not as bad as when we saw them earlier in the jungle. Good news is I'm not taking a lot of damage. I'm at 11 health. Despite all of the stuff that is flying around on the screen, and most of it is hitting me. Alright, Clawbot. It's an apt name. So this guy is really, really easy. Especially in this first phase, because he sends a few projectiles at you that do hardly any damage and are easily avoided, and spawn health power-ups. But then he starts to turn orange, and what's going to happen here when we do enough damage, that's actually going to separate. So we want to do it where it's on the edge if possible, so it is out of our way. And of course I got greedy, and that's what happens. So he's a little bit more difficult now, but that weapon is slow enough that we can put a bit of hurting on him. And that's it. It's interesting that not all of the bosses turn orange in this game. You know, that was kind of a common thing with certain beat-em-ups that I remember back in the day, like Ninja Turtles. And you know, they do it a little bit here on some of the bosses, but most of them do not. It's always a helpful power-up. That is not as helpful. Okay, this is what I was thinking. So this guy, we walk in and actually want to buy that lander there. So that is very helpful. So before I... Oh, actually, yeah, he replenished my chips, so I I was going to go replace them, but I don't need to. So I basically got him for free. So he says, any luck? But then if you keep going in and out, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 times, something like that, his dialogue will change. It's weird because it'll change on the exit, if I remember right. Or maybe I was always too... Oh, no. See, I was always running too fast, so he does say it when you enter. So he unlocked the door. And this will be our final jungle corridor. And this is a pretty fast-moving level. Lots of stuff flying around. I think we get a new enemy here. I haven't seen it yet, so maybe we don't. Might be getting ahead of myself. And for sure get them in the next area of the game. Oh. Well, that was really hard to see, but we did pick up some enemy erasers, so I should point out that you can get those to drop, just like chips and hearts, which is super helpful. Because the ones that we'll find on the overworld and you know, bonuses for completing corridors and whatnot, those are finite. Yeah, I guess I lied to you guys. I don't think there's the new enemy that I was thinking of. It's a little robot, like a transformer-looking thing. I don't know why I thought they were on this jungle level. Alright, I always thought this guy looked pretty cool. I mean, it's a dragon, so... Of course I'm gonna like that as a kid. He's another one, kind of like that robot we saw earlier. If he spawns too low, unless you want to take damage, you can't really get in for a good shot. But he's not that powerful in terms of his damage output, so no big deal. And that should wrap up the jungle area. So this next area that we're going to go to is... I always considered it to be like a space level, an outer space level, which is weird because we're on a planet. So it's not really space, I guess, but it's also kind of like an underground area. You'll see here in just a few minutes when we get there. I don't remember who this is, so I'm gonna maybe bail. We'll see. Yep, I'm gonna bail on him because I don't think I can beat him. Oh, mini boss. Let's see, if that guy was up there, then this is somebody else, so I feel like I can take him out. Try to get the fireball. Oh, don't even need to worry about it. So that's easy. Alright, so we've got, that wasn't an EE. We've got 40 EEs though, because we got that one that spawned in the corridor. I think I explored all this, but now I'm second guessing myself, so I apologize for the backtrack here. Yep, okay, never mind. Even though I've played this game a lot, I do not commit all of it to memory. Alright, now this one, I don't think we explored everything here. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Alright, so from the beginning of the game, we've almost doubled our life, which is very helpful. And very different from... You know, I'm not particularly great at shoot-'em-up type games, especially when you have limited lives, limited bombs, limited continues, and when continues just start you over. But this game was just so neat as a kid because, you know, you could level up, essentially. And if something was giving you trouble, you know, it's not going to break the game by leveling up, but you can sort of grind up a little bit to get through a tougher area for you. So it makes it a little bit more accessible. Alright, 6 looks like it is not wanting to open. I don't remember... Oh, there we go. Okay. So we had to fire a special weapon, apparently. I know there's one that requires that. Okay, so yeah, the underground, you can see kind of like little mountains, volcanoes, whatever. There's going to be some other... They're actually going to be enemies that look even more like volcanoes here in a minute. There they are. So those things can be kind of nasty when they spawn all those projectiles out. Oh man, and I missed it too. Might, things get a little too hectic here, we'll use some EEs to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so these blue guys spawning are a pain. They, of course I say that, actually EEs might, no, yeah they don't. The EEs do not take those guys out, so yeah, I did not do well here. So I would have EE'd, but I was already down to 1 health, so we'll just start over. Oh goodness, where am I? Luckily, since we already did the trick to open this one, it's still open, so we don't have to fool with that again. Alright, let's try this again. This time I will do as I suggested I should do and use the EEs if necessary. So we'll get the fireball out first. See how things go. The little volcano things, they're tough if you can't get the fireball right on them to take out the projectiles before they're everywhere. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch here. Let's get this out. We'll get a fair amount of these later on, so I don't mind using them at the moment. Of course, we're going to need to get the fireball out to take these guys out. Alright, that was a good time to level up. Got health back. There we go. Alright, that went a little bit better. Used about 10 of them. I think it said 39. I guess I used one on the last try. Oh, nope. Too early. Alright, that should be it. I'll get all these to spawn. Oh, nope. I keep getting that wrong. Apparently. One more time, hopefully. Alright. One at a time, not too bad. Alright, now we can switch back. Luckily, we get possibly the easiest boss in the game. He can do basically no damage, but you can only hit him when he stops. He's only open for a couple of seconds, but he always has the same pattern. He'll float around, and then he'll be either top or bottom. So just pop a fireball, hit him with your primary, and it will take a little bit because unfortunately he has more health than he should. Actually, I don't even know that he has more health than he should. It's that you just can't damage him very much, very often. So that wasn't too bad though. He'll end up being a mini boss later on. Alright, power that up. And let's see, we got a lot of things open at the moment. I should have done this earlier. I don't know why I went all the way down to that corridor. I'm going to go up here and get these real quick. We've got a couple up here in this area. So this is probably the most confusing, for lack of a better term. Most of the map is pretty straightforward and fairly linear, but this area can be kind of confusing. Yeah, we'll take him on. Just because some of the paths, or in like the jungle, you know, you may have two paths, but they'll both end up in the same place. Or one of the paths is only one or two extra screens, whereas here you can actually go pretty long ways and get into other areas. And you still had another path to explore, and unfortunately the map doesn't show us where we've already been, so... and I'm a little... I always like to explore everywhere, so... I try to keep it all straight in my brain. These guys are just... I'll just avoid them. Or try to. Obviously I did not succeed. These... I don't know what these are. I mean, they look... they always reminded me of fish. But I'm guessing they're just crystals of some sort. There's some more EEs. That's good, since we used like 30 of them. They're not nearly as bad when it's only one, maybe two. But when they can definitely stack up. You get a lot of them going at the same time. So we see this guy again. It's the same exact boss, but he's, as you may have noticed, He's a little bit slower, so the timing is different. You have to be careful. Right, we at least separated in the right spot there. It ends up even easier. I don't know why they did that. Alright, so that, let's see, we're up to 800 chips now. Okay. Still not quite at the maximum for our primary weapon. We'll get one more upgrade if memory serves. So actually, this area here, there's going to be a few different rows. I'm just going to go down the first one here. This might be a shop or a tip. Let's see. Yeah, it's a tip. So that was corridor number 5, which may have been the one we already opened. I don't remember now. Can actually use a little bit of health here. Of course, if I keep just walking into enemies, that's not going to help things. There we go. These guys, as I mentioned, I think maybe the first episode, they will almost always spawn items. They just hit really hard. There we go. Alright, I only got a heart. Let's see. I don't remember who this is. I don't. Yeah, I should be able to beat him. Should and can may not be the same thing here. Nope. Nope. That's one where I should probably, I got low on health, I should have just used some EEs to help matters, but... Oh, it respawned me down there. Alright, so we're not going to fight that guy, just to not waste any more time than we have to, but I do want to finish that section. Wait, I am in the right place. No, I am not very good at reading a map, apparently. I thought I was one section down below. I keep forgetting that it's I'm equipping my secondary weapon. I went to hit it there and nothing happened. Okay, yeah, so that's the next corridor, but I'm actually going to explore this top row first. Actually, there's a couple of rows up here. Just to get any items we might have. And not much up here. so this is corridor 5. What did it say? Shoot all over, I think. There we go. I believe this is going to be our last of the underground levels. Actually, there might be one more after this. Yeah, I think there's one more after this. Get as many of these as we can in one fireball. All right. Another crustacean, but luckily this guy is nowhere near as difficult as the little crab that we saw earlier. He pretty much just hops back and forth, shooting some projectiles that don't really do much damage at you. I just feel like the crab, the lobster, crawfish, whatever it was, those projectiles that he hits you with can do a lot of damage. This guy, I mean, I'm not even really trying to avoid him. I'm avoiding him, but not the projectiles. So we're up to 53 EEs. That's good. We will need quite a few as we get towards the end of the game. So I think we've got one more. It's that one on the right side in the middle of the screen there. You can see that area though on the map. It kind of leads into the bottom right area. That's where I was saying this underground section can be a little confusing. Just at least, you know, comparatively speaking to the other sections of the game. Still fairly linear. But I know this episode's running a little long, but I'm going to try to go down here and take out this corridor so that we can kind of end on, you know, at the end of an area finally. I was certainly not as efficient as I maybe should have been in going through this underground area, since I did one corridor in the bottom section and then I decided to come up here, but that's okay. We should be getting close. I don't remember, for whatever reason I can never remember exactly where we get the fireball upgrades, but we should be getting close to getting the second one. Let's see, a few different paths here to look at. Let's see who this is. Okay. Another one of these little spider things. Okay, shield. That's helpful. Let's see, so we need to go down for the corridor. We're going to go over here first. Alright, there it is. Thought it was coming up. So this is the second level fireball. Much nicer, much larger, it's faster, and we've got plenty of chips that we can keep this primary weapon for a while. Alright, so that red stuff there will kind of box us in, so be careful with that. Of course, I never remember which side I need to be on, but we're going to go this way first. Maybe we're not. Let's go ahead and go back this way to the corridor before I get lost in there. Or not. I guess this is just a power-up. Okay, so we are going to have to go through that. No big deal. Actually stay on the outside here. And that was a bad idea. I told you I was going to pick the wrong way. You know, there were two ways to go. And I picked the wrong one. Which is amazing considering how many times I've played this game. Alright, so the corridor is over this way, hopefully. Let's go ahead and get in here and then we'll finish exploring. Alright, so, well, it took us all the way until the last level, I think, of this section. But those are the robots I mentioned when we were in the jungle area, and I thought we were going to see a new enemy. For whatever reason, I thought those were in the jungle area, but either I missed them or they're not. We do get to see the plants, though. They are no longer bound to the ground, and they just float through the air now, and they still spawn a bunch of projectiles. And I am actually taking a lot of damage here. Let's see. Probably use this fancy new fireball that I have. Ah, missed it. And of course get a blue one, which is hardly any health. There we go, that'll help. Oh man. We get random starfish. Alright, Optimon one more time, and this time, as you can see, the fireball takes care of those projectiles, and he is nowhere near the threat he was when we saw him previously. So I want to be careful, but we should be in pretty good shape here. I don't know what I would do if I did not have the upgraded fireball against him, though. Alright, so we came from the bottom there, right? I hope. We'll definitely want to take the lander here. Still not, I think we need one more red lander and then we'll have our primary weapon to the final level. And of course we won't actually get to use that much because we're going to need to be using our fireball since we have it upgraded now. So we actually need a couple more red landers and then we should be in really good shape. Okay, let's see. I think we came from the right there. Really all I want to do here to wrap this episode up is finish exploring, and then we'll head over to the next section of the game, and then we'll wrap it up there. And yeah, I'll take on this guy. And look at that, there's our red lander. Perfect. And apparently I'm wrong. We do not get the next upgrade with the next lander, so maybe it's another one. Okay, so I think, yeah, this is going to switch us over. So we'll actually go ahead and stop here. I think there was a little bit more to explore, but we'll go ahead and wrap up here. So that'll conclude this episode, and appreciate you following along, and we'll see you in the next one.